Hi everyone, welcome once again to Matura's Meatless Meals, and today I'm going to teach you how to make spaghetti and sauce. So it's going to be a super easy meal for students. This is probably what you would want to eat most of your days. So take a big pot, fill 3/4 of that pot and boil the water. So you can see the water is boiling. Do not put in your pasta before the water boils. So once the water comes to a boil, pour a little bit of oil. This is to prevent the pasta from sticking with each other, and just sprinkle some salt. You can see that the water is boiling. Then you take your pasta. Because the pasta is usually bigger than the pot, what I do is I break it and I put it in. You can also get hot perfect pastas if you don't want to break them. So next I'm going to make the sauce while waiting for the pasta to boil. The pasta will take about 8 to 10 minutes to boil. Follow the instruction that's on the packet, but sometimes it does take longer than what they mention in the packet. So I'll show you the consistency later. But for now, I have put this stovetop on medium, and I'm going to pour in half a tablespoon of oil. And I'm going to put in half a tablespoon of oregano. I usually do not wait for the oil to get really hot because then it splatters. And I put in crushed tomatoes, one pound can of crushed tomatoes. Make sure you get crushed tomatoes and not tomato puree. Just pour it in. Put in 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Okay, be sure that your stovetop is at the lowest because it will really splutter, and it doesn't really need to cook that much. So make sure it's not very hot. So I have put in here oregano, salt and sugar and crushed tomatoes. That is good enough. But if you want to increase and enhance the taste a little bit more, you can put 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika and also 4 ounces of cream cheese. Not 4 ounces, maybe 2 ounces. 4 ounces will be a little bit too much. So 2 ounces, 2 ounces of cream cheese, and just stir it in. Then cover it with the lid and let it cook on small, very low flame for about 5 minutes. That's enough. So the sauce is done. You just have to wait till the cheese kind of melts. And that's it for the sauce. So we'll put the sauce aside, and so the spaghetti is still cooking. I think we need another 5 minutes for the spaghetti to cook. Okay, it's coming together. And in terms of the sauce, you can actually put in any vegetables you want, whatever vegetables that you like, maybe broccoli, maybe spinach. It's up to you. But even if you don't want to, it's good on its own. Okay, you can see now that the cream cheese has kind of melted. You would need to sometimes kind of stir it so that it melts and kind of poke it down. And the sauce is done. So I'm going to turn off the fire here for the stove. And you can see the pasta is almost done. Okay, it also depends on your preference. If you like it softer, leave it for a little longer. If you like it harder, like al dente, you can keep it you can take it out sooner. So I think this is almost done, and I'm going to show you how you use a colander to strain or to sieve the water out. Okay, so I think we are done here. One trick to make sure that your pot, the water doesn't boil over, always leave your spoon like this on top of the pot. And that, I tell you, that is one kitchen hack that I'm so happy I found, because the water or whatever you cook will not boil over if you put your spoon across the pot like this. So we are done now. We're going to now use the colander. So put the colander in the sink like this, and be very careful, it's extremely hot. Pour it into the colander. Okay, so you have an empty pot here, and then take this and put it like this so that all the water can drain into it. So after you have drained the water, you can put the pasta, the spaghetti, back into the pot. Okay, and at this time, if you can just sprinkle a little bit of oil, olive oil preferably, just to make sure that the pasta doesn't stick to each other. So you can see how beautiful this is. It doesn't stick to each other, mainly because of the oil we used earlier, and also the oil that we are using now. And there you have it, your pasta and sauce. And to eat this, you can throw in some mozzarella cheese if you want. You can also throw in some salad leaves, some greens, and you have a healthy meal to sustain you for the entire day. Thank you.